Hello, everybody. Today is a bit of an interesting day for me, obviously, as I am not currently at work because my car is still broken. I don't know if it'll be fixed anytime soon. So I thought, well, got a little bit of downtime. So, and we're an affiliate on Twitch, so let's get excited. Let's not be sad about the shortcomings of all that stuff. Thank you for the follow, the Deviant Twitch. Also, by the way, you guys donated a bit, and then also cheered me, and then there was somebody else too who Flames of Hannah subscribed at tier 1. Not even on stream, just did it completely off stream. Thinking I wouldn't notice. I noticed. Nothing gets past me. And good morning, Pam. I'm also trying to work on like my UI for streaming because, as you can see, I'm trying to like make it look at least a little nice. But I just feel like it's a little bit clunky, Like I feel like it could be more. I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? I was almost thinking like I could like shrink this, like the actual like this. I'm just gonna do it briefly. Don't panic. Maybe have like the chat over here below the webcam and whatnot, or is that too crazy? Do you think? I need feedback because I kind of wanted to like get your guys' opinion and then I'll work on it off stream for a little bit. Hope everyone has a good stream. Remember to give a like for good karma. Thank you, 100% not EXO. Great content, always posting in my Discord for people to look for tips. Thanks, Daniel. And thank you to those 9 of you on Twitch right now. For some reason, I have this view counter and it's never even accurate. There's actually 11 of you on YouTube and 9 of you on Twitch, so I appreciate those of you who are over on both. Well, I guess the YouTube one is correct, at least temporarily, but what need the full screen, bro? Alright, that's a good point, Howard. But then I feel like the chat, I guess I could move the chat. What am I moving? I am moving the chat. I could move the chat like over here below the webcam. That way it's like less like spaced out, you know what I mean? If that makes any type of sense. Like, so now like when you guys talk, it'll be down at the bottom. I guess it also depends on like what you're watching on too, because like some of you might be watching on a TV and then it doesn't matter. Oh, my chat is above the webcam. Let me move that down. There we go. Sorry, I know I'm like doing this live, but I always love your guys' feedback. Phone, yeah, assuming that like makes sense, That looks good on an iPhone. I think I might need to like make this pop a little more though, like a little more oomph. Like it just looks a little generic, Ooh, had the dramatic filter. Alright, that really didn't change a whole lot. That changed almost nothing. Alright, hang on. I appreciate you guys for stopping by while we're doing this. But how's your guys' Monday going? I've never streamed at this time before because I've always been working. So this is a time period that I've never been doing. So this is potentially a whole group of people that I've not seen before. So I appreciate all of you for coming by. If you've never been here before, you guys are absolute legends. And obviously the whole streaming thing is a work in progress, as we only yesterday became an affiliate. So it's obviously it's still new, but we're working on it. I figure we'll be be cruising along here soon. Thanks for the subscription, Karma Kasang. Hopefully you're here because fun fact, So technically, even if you guys subscribe, like when you're not watching the stream, it still pops up. So hopefully you're here, but if you're not, I appreciate you, and hopefully in the future, you'll see that I appreciated you subscribing. Alright, we're gonna add a filter just to add some gain to this. That doesn't really do anything. Alright. Image blend. Oy. Trying to like make the chat just pop out a little bit more. That way it's a little easier to see. I could remove the background. Kind of like the background though. That makes it brighter. That's a little too bright. You guys actually can't see these changes I'm like looking at in real time because I haven't not clicking apply, but just I'm dazzling with some changes. Alright, that's like enough darkness, I think. Maybe. See that background? I just don't know if I want like a filled in background, you know, or not, because I don't want it to like block out whatever is going. But I also feel like the bottom right hand corner is also not like a quintessential piece of, you know, the viewing experience, you know what I mean? And thank you for subscribing, Kos. Oh, I started with the wrong letter. Bosco Balan Band 10, and he subscribed with Prime. I've been told that is that's good. Unfortunately I'm like very new to Twitch, so I don't really know what all the terms mean. But thank you for subscribing, because I know that means that you're using your Twitch Prime or your Amazon Prime. So I really appreciate it. What's the best house to get for convenience? That depends. Like, where do you spend a lot of your time? Like, you could get convenience houses in like the major cities. But are you saying convenience to like it has enough space to fill up with things that you need? Because obviously you're not going to be able to fill up some of these houses, like the one that's like over here. I don't even know if I have anything in this. You're not going to be able to fill it up with anything that's going to make your life super convenient. But I still think it's relatively cool to be able to go in the city and then just pop right out the door. Even though you can see that you're not really going to be able to fill this with access to way shrines and thieves guild. I usually just pick up the ones in the major cities, so I would go with that. But honestly, like, there's a lot you could do. No guards and such. Well, I guess so. You spend most of your time at just general thieves guilds, or like, do you go to the one that's like specifically in Hughesbanes for heisting? Or like, which ones do you use? Although the distance between the Dawn, and this is also a very expensive house. Thank you for the follow, Pamela 420 and X Divine 01. I'm also wondering if you're the same Divines and Pamela from YouTube. Either way, I appreciate you. A chat which has YouTube icons and Twitch icons would be nice extra so you can see who's watching where. So the chat right here is supposed to combine like YouTube and Twitch chat. The only problem is that sometimes YouTube chat just is so slow to pop in the chat. I figured it was the same. Apparently there's bots though that can do it, and I wanted bots that could like cross the chat so that like Twitch could see more accurately like who's going where, but still a work in progress. But in regards to your question, because I think the #1 spot to steal from is over here, especially if you're just trying to get like easy shit to sell. So this house therefore would be really good, and it's like basically free. But there's no Thieves Guild refuge. But there's limited guards over in this area too. Why Stone Falls? What the heck? Alright. I don't know why I'm out in the middle of the ocean now. But if you do steal here, you can pretty much go to like, you can use this way shrine to go directly here. Not that makes a whole lot of difference. Why does it keep putting me in the ocean? think Riften, yeah, but there's no houses in the Riften area that you'd be able to utilize. It's a good question. Anyone else have any input? What would be the best house to utilize as a way shrine and avoiding guards, like getting you to a refuge? Right on over, which could be good for you. What was I about? And you had asked about the best place to farm furnishing plans. So I think I remember how to get there. I might have to actually pull up my video. I'm pretty sure it's like over here. Thanks for the follow, Mike Schwinn. I appreciate you. I'm pretty sure it's over here. Also, casually as you guys are watching the stream, let me know if you have any suggestions for... Oh, and Toon Raider. I don't know how I missed you, Toon Raider, and said saw Mike's first. My brain was... appreciate you both. What was I saying? Oh, UI. If you guys have suggestions for UI changes, I'm trying to like revamp how the stream looks. So let me know. I might get rid of the view counters because they're wrong. Like right now there's 16 people on Twitch and 7 on YouTube. So they're just like consistently wrong. So I'm thinking about just getting rid of those. And I believe it's over here. I might have to quickly pull up my video on it. I think you go... No, this doesn't look right. Alright, give me a second to like meander around here and it'll come to me. My webcam frozen? Like frozen on the stream, that was weird. At least I don't have a frozen face of mine. You need to suffer through that picture in your head. Yep, this house right here, right? This one? Yes, this house right here inside of Galen is like the #1 thievery zone for the new plans. Take us inside and I'll show you. I'm also gonna move this over. Alright. So, to save time, a lot of times you can just run straight upstairs, but there are like a couple chests and things that you can loot down here, and little provisioning things that you can loot down in this little direction. ESO, did you already make about the Azos news post? So I haven't made a video on it, but what I did is I streamed it. I can pull it up here, or I could also go back and... I could make a video on it too, because I kind of plan to. I just don't want to like, you know, speculate a whole lot, but I am pretty confident on what I think the newest class will be. And I'm pretty sure, well, I should also say too that I'm pretty certain that there will be a class. Obviously, as I'm speculating that there is a class. Happy Monday, we're cool. There's stolen lockpicks here. But you can see, obviously, there's just tons of wardrobes and trunks. Even though these ones are opened, like, you can reset this, like, pretty quickly. Top 5 Crest Rewards video was dope. Thanks for the taking my rec. I'd love to see a part 2. Do you mean the achievement rewards? And honestly, I was thinking about like making that into a like a bigger series too, because I was thinking like we could do Antiquities next, because there's top 5 Antiquities rewards. You know, there could be a lot that we do with that. What's the good word? What are we working on today? So today we're just answering kind of a question. Why is it? I never realized that it's not stealing to go back in. But did you notice that it instantly reset? Why am I even crouched? There's nobody up here. And boom, we got ourselves a design. Now that does put us on a cooldown. I think green plans are not very quick. But you can see that like all of that stuff instantly reset. And you can see that there's quite a few people here doing this, so. Your gold making videos are awesome, thank you. There's a lot I don't know. I'd like to hear your opinions about as a seasoned player. Well, you know, ask away. Here to help. Showing you guys right now. For those of you who are joined, and I'll show you right now on the map, we are inside of the city of a name I can't pronounce, but we're in Galen. We're over here at this poor bloke's house. You enter through the bottom floor, then you walk upstairs, and then every time you go through this door, it just resets.
Clear out before the guard shows up and clears you out.
Did I get... Did I find... Who caught me? Thanks for the follow, Freystorm VE. Oh heavens, there is a there's porn bots, but they've already been banned on YouTube after posting immediately, and they're still in the Twitch UI chat, which is a little funny. So nothing particular. So I believe, who was it that asked? Jacob asked, best place to farm for the new plans. This is definitely the best place to farm. I believe I'm probably on cooldown though, because I've just recently found a blue or a green plan. For example, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go sell this stuff here at this little outlaw refuge. I'm very confused as to who caught me, but potato, potato. Only thing I can think is to combine both the nameplate at the bottom, or hang on, sorry, 100% not. Oh, I've been got. All right, hang on, I gotta read your comment here when I get to safety. We used our clemency.
This is taking forever.
There we go. All right, sorry about that. Only change I can think is to combine both the nameplate at the top and the face cam into one. Could probably do that, honestly. I could also raise the face cam. I just am, you know, obviously I'm not a professional at this, so what I did when I started this is I like went to Twitch and I was like, all right, what do other people do? I was like, what do these guys do? That's actually a really fast gold method right there. Huh. If I had more inventory spaces, which I might be able to clear out, let me see what stuff we can clear out here. That was pretty quick, especially considering that we're rolling for stuff that's worth like oogles amounts of gold too. Hang on, we're gonna test this out a little bit further, but what we're gonna try to do is give myself a little more inventory space. I had not tested that method out. I made a video on it, but I was just, I mean, I was almost full of my inventory then, so I was like, oh yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here, and then I just kind of left. But that was pretty quick. Did I not clear my bounty? All right, well, I'll be a good little cherub now.
Now get out of here.
After everything that's happened, I'm thinking of getting.
All right, what listing space do we have? All right, we'll just start chugging through some of these. I mean, what do you guys think? That seemed like it was pretty juicy. Especially consider, like, some of these BPs are still worth like 500,000 gold on Xbox. I don't necessarily know what they're worth on other. Oh no. Damn it. That's all I'm gonna be able to get. Hang on, let me see what I can. My normal bank. My normal bank is terrible. Oh my god. Any of this stack? Oh, it does stack. Any of you guys stack? Anyone online that wants some BPs? Wait, maybe I can get rid of some of those EXP scrolls. Alright. What can we get rid of here? Oh! Oh, damn it. Damn it, me. I had furnishings too. I am just a hot mess.
After everything that's happened,
What about guild bank space? How many slots are in here? Okay, there's still a good bit. Alright. Let's start just throwing these in there. Anyone can have those. You know what? Get you guys Imperial Charity Writs. If you guys wanna, if you guys are on Xbox and A and you want a guild invite, just let me know and you guys can have some of this extra stuff I'm just chucking in here. But can you not put those in the guild bank? Am I dumb for not knowing that? Probably am dumb for not knowing that. How much did I actually give myself? Not as much as I would have hoped. Oh. Does this help answer your question, though, Jacob? I do think that this is probably the best spot. This actually might be one of the like best places to go. Like, just in general. Can you gift players DLC items you earn from dungeons? I'm guessing by earn from dungeons you mean, like, sets? Like, so say, for example, I go out and get, like, the Medusa set from... They relock the door, those bastards. So, Flaws, are you saying, like, if I got a set from a dungeon, would I be able to gift that? Goes back up there. Got caught by this one. I'm guessing that's who saw me while I was, like, all the way up here. Just like, no way he sees me though, right? No way. Alright, somebody refill these wardrobes, please. I mean, just look at this. This is pretty nutty. Cause like, if you were to like, so, Flaws, the answer to that question is unfortunately no. The only way you can gift a DLC dungeon item is if you're in the DLC dungeon with that team of individuals. This feels pretty busted. This is like unlimited stolen goods in like a very like short period of time. Whoa, hey, someone's on vacation. These are working hours. I actually am forced to use PTO currently because my car is broken. And they said I either have to buy a rental or use paid time off. I was like, well, ain't gotta tell me twice. So that's how I ended up with today off. Woo! Kind of stresses me out because I know that I'm just going to have to catch back up on work. But, you know, potato, potato, as they say. What recipe was that? That was a green... Oh, it was a cooking recipe. Well, that's not something we can loot. Is there more chests over here, or is this just another wardrobe? This feels very fast. I mean, what do you guys just think about this? I guess if you really wanted to gift to them, you could gift them to the DLC. Yeah, like, you could gift them to DLC 100%. Great to see you streaming. Definitely a treat for us, your fans. Cool. Appreciate you. Also, if you're watching Archer's Tears 420, I appreciate you. Hi, Jake. How are you? So, Flames of Hannah, I saw what you did overnight. I got this little notification on my Streamlabs that somebody had... What did you do? Did you cheer? Was that what it was? Or no? You became a... Was it a tier 1 sub? First one I have ever had. And I was like, what in the world? People sub off stream? Like, I woke up, like, I have a whole UI that I can, like, see while I'm streaming. And I was like, what in the world? Also, this definitely looked closed when we opened it. But I appreciate you. I was just very confused. I'm still a little confused as to, like, the terminology for, like, Twitch versus YouTube. Or, oh, we found another one. I'm actually just gonna bind these because I don't have them and we need the space. Which, I don't know why I laundered the one then. This costs 20 flour. This costs 20 flour too. They're really just asking for a lot here. But this, honestly, I might make a YouTube short on this because this feels like pretty nutty. The fact that you could take like all your characters here, just max out your stolen goods and just trade them in for gold. Yeah, I'm still in Galen, so like I'm right here in Galen. I mean, look, you just go in and out of this little door and you just keep looting. I still don't have the path memorized, and I'm not obviously doing it as effective because I also want to make sure that I see your guys' chats. But like, just look at this. It's just a little annoying that like the things that sometimes will look empty have things in them. I like to take Mondays or Fridays off, but I found it's just better to do double work when I get back. No-win situation. Yeah, that's the unfortunate piece. And the unfortunate piece is I still don't know what's happening with my car. Like, if they would just tell me it's either totaled or they're going to fix it, like, I would be able to move forward, you know? Please make a YouTube shirt. It would be great. And I'm at work and I'll... Hey, please make a YouTube shirt. It would be great. I'm at work and trying to cheat a look every once in a while. I do have a shirt. I have a singular shirt. Hang on, let me see. Oh, here was me looking. I was like, why did I... And it was like, you got a paid sub. And I was like, what in the world? I was so confused. Because Twitch was like, you have money. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I haven't streamed yet since I became an affiliate. We know who did that. So if you go to something on here... hang on. Let's just go to traditional YouTube. You guys get to see the behind the scenes that I do. If we have the no non-combat pets, no peace merch line, it is 15% off, and these fees do include after shipping. Unfortunately, I don't get to determine the price on Spreadshot. Oh, not shirt. Well, you know, if you ever want a shirt, you know, I did make some shirts. I made them for fun, you know, because I was like, you know, I want to hand out, I don't know where the stickers are. Hang on, where's the stickers? I wanted to hand out, ignore this. I wanted to hand these out. Oh, they have my other stickers too. For some reason, this, which like basically calls for violence, was automatically approved by the algorithm. This one, which is just my emblem, took like days. Reason I have no clue why, but that one's finally done. But I plan to hand these bad boys out when they announce their North America meet and greet, because our movement will be heard. But let me take you guys back to the traditional one. But I would definitely, I'll plan to start uploading YouTube Shorts now that they've like changed the algorithm for them. So it used to be they kind of almost hurt your channel to upload them. So that's why I've kind of avoided them. Thank you for the follow, C John Doe 144. Well, that's a hiding spot that not a chest to loot. The only thing that kind of sucks is we did get a green plan, and that is going to put us on a bit of a cooldown. I don't know how long of a cooldown it's going to put us on, but it is going to put us on one. It is so annoying that the trunks that literally look like unopened literally can be also not empty. Like this. This definitely looks opened. But this is also probably some sort of glitch, I don't know. Maybe I should be scared to make a video on it. Do you think ZeniMax would be like, Jake, are you exploiting a bug? And I'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was a businessman doing business things, you know? Like, I can't help that you know, if there's loot to be had, there's loot to be had. We'll go dump this and see how much gold that was. I should time it. That's what we're going to do next time, is we're going to put a timer down. And we're going to see, like, how much gold we're making per hour with this. Like, so on, like, we're going to extrapolate it. Is there anything else selling like hotcakes? I would say the new zone stuff is still selling very well. Like the Galen stuff I find sells like pretty decently. I thought I just quick sold that one thing. I realized it's not. I probably should launder those because I'm not going to get any gold for that. Let's see. How much is this? Place your bets. What number is that? I can't even see it. What was that? 2.8k. 2.8k gold. Not the greatest. But I'm just trying to think how much work that was. It feels like it wasn't that much work though. And we're rolling for very high value items too. Like we're rolling for something that's worth like 500k. So it's a really consistent gold method. So let me just message Archer here because I want to let him know it's usually a little more talkative, but I'm trying to manage a bunch of chats. All right. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna time myself once I get there, and then I'm gonna stop the timer. Although, how many items have I stolen? I think I screwed myself by selling all those nickel. What's up, Jake? Rocktown here. I haven't found any purples in there. A couple blues, I think, and I ran over and over and over. Good luck, though. I believe it. Well, the other thing, too, is there anything else that you guys want to see? You know, we're just doing this to see. This, I think, deserves probably a YouTube short just because of how, I mean, it's kind of beastly, you know? And it's also, I mean, it's free. Although, I guess you do have to pay for a lockpick every so often to get in because this poor bastard just keeps locking his door. And we're like, oh, no, no. You're not stopping me, pal. Also, I believe that the drops are still active, so if you're interested, you can head on over to Twitch and get yourself an Osboro Crown Crate. Apparently just one, which is still very dumb, and I don't forgive the developers for, but that's okay. The other thing that would make this a little more lucrative is if I had my speed gear. Oh, hang on, I need to start a timer. 1 second. 1 second. Although now technically I know which ones are unlooted. Lockpick. Horrible start. Oh, the guy could spawn up there. Oh, blue item. Cool. Good, good. The goal is just to fill out my inventory. Which, granted, isn't like a pure metric. Oh, shit. There's actually a way you can, like, rearrange your controller to make the A button not jump. Zard. Sorry, I'm like trying to focus. Your name was, I was like, oh gosh, it's a lot of I's and Z's and A's. Ah! Thanks for the follow, J Spinal 1987. Ah! Come on. We're at 2 minutes and 16 seconds, people. The other thing too is if you have like decent internet, it also helps because you'll be able to reload that instance like a lot faster. Oh, this all looks full. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, we're coming up on 3 minutes. Come on. If someone's on Twitch, by the way, can you confirm that Twitch drops are still going on, by the way? If you're over there and you haven't unlocked it yet, or if you can see. I think they are. Not power leveling. We are trying to see if we can get the druid BPs for furnishings, and then we're also trying to see if this is like a viable gold method, because as you can kind of see, this is like instantaneously like refreshing itself in their Twitch drops. I think I'm about to fill up my inventory though beforehand. We're 208 slots. They just assassinated that guy again, thankfully, too. Drops inactive. Bastards. Oh, blue item. It'll give us a little more gold. Nothing coming up. Are you okay, Jake? You know, mostly okay. Thank you, Cunning Among Us, for the Twitch follow. Oh, and we're full. Ah, it's a blue one too. All right, stop the timer. Now we're gonna head on over and see how much this is worth. I'm a little annoyed that I basically was told I had to take PTO and I couldn't work remote today. So that's kind of annoying, and it's not kind of annoying. I actually find that super annoying. What's the Thieves Guild? Did I run past it? I'm like getting myself lost here. Oh, I marked the bank. That's why I'm like running the wrong way. I'm like, what's the blue marker? Just got a blue diagram following you around. See? This is why it pays to ask your questions on stream. Help get yourself some money. Alright, so this was 4 minutes of work. I want to make sure I sell the most valuable stuff first and not get stuck selling all that gobbledygook down there. Which may... Oh, we're going to get capped. Oh! So, what was that? 3.2k gold for 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Alright, so I'm just going to do some math here. Trying to think how I need to do this math. Alright. Hang on. I'm gonna start plugging in some numbers here and doing some math. And I'm actually kind of drawing a blank. What number did I get? Was it 3.2? Was that the number? Oh, and I'm sorry, Bran, I missed your message. It was at I'm over in Galen, and I was over here. I'll go back there and show you. Your cat must love having you at home today. Yes, she was sleeping on me for the whole like day. Pretty much until I had like started streaming, she was just sleeping on me. I'm gonna try to do this math right now. Okay, so there's that. What number did I get? Like 3.2. So 3.2 for 5 minutes. Well, it was like 4 minutes, but we'll say 5. That's 12 times 3.2. So you're looking at about 15.2k gold per hour in just base game gold, which may sound stupid or horrible, but then like let's go take a meander. Actually, let me, because I forgot to tell one of you asked. Bran asked where this was. Let me go show Bran where this is first. But then let's look at some of the items that we're rolling for though too. It's kind of like working for a commission, you know. Gets over here.
If it's not one thing,
Sometimes I get myself very lost. Hit right here. Mathelos, some long R word. It's right here in It's inside of Galen, which is the newest zone, and then inside of the main city, Vaster. Thieves Guild keeping in the books. Can you imagine if you had unlimited selling for Thieves Guild? It'd be so OP. But that's where we were. But let's look at some of the items that we're rolling for while we do that. Although I should probably launder that stuff too at some point too, because my inventory is about to be like capped. Don't also do what I did and sell like your corrodium and your lockpicks to them. You want to launder that, because you're only getting 1 gold. Maybe 2 if they're feeling frizzy, but you know that's really all you're gonna get. Let's take a little peek here. And let's just see if we can find... We'll just search Druid. And then we'll search by consumables. Jake, would you ever accept 4 or 5 dozen assorted cookies, a couple pounds of fudge, banana bread, and pumpkin bread? I mean, sure. I've never been posed with such like a question before, so I've not thought about it previously, but I would never turn something away either. Interesting question, HCP. But you can see these are the BPs that we're rolling for. So even like the cheap green ones are still worth a couple thousand, and we got 2 of them. So then you have to factor in that like in doing this in just 3 runs, we got 2 green ones. So we'll say that they're worth like 2.5k. Well, that already pushes this gold method up to being like 20k gold per hour. And then if we were to get like a blue, we could easily be looking at like 50 to 200k. Then if we got one of these purples. Now, unfortunately, all the purples are graded very differently. So it's hard to say like which one is worth how much and where and by who and how long would it stay listed and whatnot. But you know, you're still rolling for these items, which I think is valuable. But it's still a great way to level up your Ledgerman in the meantime also, you know. That's kind of how I would grade that method. Because you can go, like, the other place that I would suggest is, say, like, you're like, Jake, I don't have any ESO Plus. And, you know, where should I go? I'll show you. It's right over here. That's where I would go if I was you. So what you're going to want to do is head over to the dock, which is the opposite direction. This way. And the reason you're going to want to go over here for is that the dock itself has tons of people that you can pickpocket. Tons of unsuspecting little silly gooses that you're going to want to pickpocket them twice. See what my luck is. And now also realize I'm filling up my inventory with more goods that I can't hold on to. And you kill them. That'll give you yourself your extra little loot bonus. And then you can see that everyone is just like precariously placed to like where they don't really see anybody. There's a couple people that move around, but there's only I think 2 people that really move. And then these little rapscallions over here on the boat itself will also have a bonus reward attached to them. And you can see too, there's also a chest spawn and there's a Thieves Guild trove over there too. I'm about to throw myself in the water. I can feel it. Oh, we did it. I now realize too that I didn't even make any. Oh, I don't want those maps, but oh well. Alright, we're gonna go launder some of this stuff though, so that I get back on the good noodle chart. I don't want to be in trouble by the law. My cat is also meandering around right now, for those of you who are wondering. I know that there's a majority of you that tune in just to see her every so often. She was sleeping earlier, and she's just been going like and sprinting around and then stopping and then batting around some of her toys and then running. She's like over there in the other room. This, by the way, is one of the easiest refuges, like base game refuges to just get on into, is go to the Davin's Watch Outlaw Refuge. It is so easy. Like there's no guards really that will intercept you. You can just take this little route here. There's better DLC ones in my opinion, but if you don't have like ESO plus, it's just nice and easy, you know. My cat is walking over. Where are the people at? Oh, these merchants too also have like decent items that are sometimes cool. Like, so you know how I made the video on like achievement farming yesterday? Well, all of these are also tied to achievements. You can see I don't even have some of them. To get this, I think you have to do something like super nutty. Thank you for the follow, Kodiak the Great and Wimezilla. Wimezilla? I apologize if I say your name wrong. What would you consider a good area for power leveling? What are you looking to power level, Snake? I think you have to like launder like 1 million goods and stolen goods or something to get this achievement. And then this one is also, or no, you have to pay off like 1 million gold in bounties, I think, or something like crazy. And then I think this one you have to like launder like a crazy amount of goods. Or maybe that was this one. But each of these is tied to an achievement. And most people don't know if these are like hidden little furnishing vendors. So yeah, if you're ever looking for some neat little stuff for your house, you can always check down there. New character, XP boost for the event. Like, so I would say your best bet. I'm just gonna launder all this mumbo jumbo. A lot of it will go in the craft bag. I would say your easiest, safest bet is to go to the Alakir Desert and then just run the Dolems. Do you know like what the Dolem route is, where you go from like Dolem to Dolem to Dolem? It's generally always this way, I believe. So you go from this way shrine down to here, this way shrine up to here, and then this way shrine down to here, and then you can just farm this circle, and you can get a lot of Dolem XP that way. I also need to sell this to a normal merchant at some point too. Let's do that. I just also have so much stuff in my inventory. There's a couple other like XP methods that you could do, but I just find that sometimes like there are better XP methods. Like, right? Like you could in theory go to like Black Rose Prison and slot yourself up something like, you know, loosey-goosey and just start pounding, you know, down the door and, you know, redoing that second round over and over and over again. But it's hard to do that solo because you're just going to have so much stuff hitting you at the same time. And as a newer like character, it can be a little tricky. But and then you've got like other places, like you have like this little area. It's also in the Alakir Desert, but it's in the Alakir Desert, and because of that, everyone and their mom is there trying to do it, and it really only kind of suits one person being there, if that makes sense. But that would be my only other thought on that. Like, because you could also ask someone to, like, do Skyreach runs for you, wherever Skyreach is. You could do Skyreach runs. You generally have to pay somebody, like, on Xbox, I think it's, like, 6 to 15k gold to run. It varies widely. But I never suggest, like, paying someone to do, like, runs and stuff for you, but it's an option that you have, obviously. It's like an XP go-getter. The other option, too, is if you're trying to make like a little bit of money while you do it or fill a sticker book, the public dungeons are also usually pretty good. Thanks for the follow, MGK Jr. Afternoon, Jake. Enjoyed your streams and YouTube this weekend. Thank you, Grilled Cheese. I'm sorry, Grilled Cheese. So say, for example, though, you were like, you know, I want to fill out the Deshaun sticker book. A good way to do that is just go to the public dungeon, get yourself some XP there, but then you're also able to get, like, you know, the sets and a little bit of gold and other stuff too. I'd rather grind, even though I do have the gold from other characters, but rather not waste it. Yeah, and honestly, so like if you're looking for like the most profitable, trying to think what would be the most profitable public dungeon run. I actually, this is a hot take, This dungeon right here, the Forgotten Waste, right now is probably the most profitable public dungeon. The sets from Vardenfell are just amazing. I'll see if I can pull them up here. Vardenfell. Like, Defiler, granted, not like super great, but War Maiden, woo! And then Warrior Poet, woo! MGK Junior 12, thank you for the subscription with your Prime. I appreciate you. And welcome to the squad. But both of these sets are pretty goated. They sell. They are always, you know, there's always a market for them because they're on and off really good PvP sets. So this is a really good way you can farm this public dungeon. But if you have Vardenfell, I'd go there. And thank you for the subscription there. I was like, what's a call sign on YouTube? That's the name. What do you believe is better use of time, farming perfect row and sacks, or farming the draw wax? What console do you play on, Aegon? Because that will determine a lot of my answer to your question. A lot of that is determined based on what console you're on. There's actually a room in here. I'll actually show you in Vardenfell so that everyone can kind of see like the best Vardenfell spot. Xbox. So on Xbox, waxes are worthless. Absolutely worthless. Because there's bots. I can show you the bots after we do this, but unfortunately, because of like bots and people trying to milk ESO gold for US dollars, you just don't get a lot of value with waxes because that's one of the key things that they target. So you generally do get a lot better with perfect row. So I would say perfect row is definitely much more inflation proof. I think you have to go like 3 rows in. This place is like pretty big and I've not been here in a while, so bear with me. But I think this place has like multiple rooms, but I would definitely say that this is probably the best gold/XP method that you could probably do currently. It's not like a master of either of them, obviously. Like, there's definitely better ways you could go out and get gold and, you know, whatnot. But a place that combines both of them that you're not going to see a whole lot of. Also, there's a fabled item from this place. The 6th, I think it's the 6th Legion, or 6th House banner. This banner, if you can get it from here, it's worth like 14 to 20 million gold. I don't know what the drop rate for it is, but that's a fabled item. I did a whole video on it because I don't know what the odds are of it. I think I know one person. I think I only know one person that has it. So I only know one person that has this item. It's one of those items that's just like so rare that people just like recognize how rare it is. And they're just like, yeah, you know, I want to put it in a little house. Like, there are some people who, like, you know, it's like the Khajiit Brazier. The Khajiit Brazier is not worth, like, a lot of gold because of, like, you know, how much light it puts off or the fact that everyone needs it in their house. It's just rare. So, like, people, therefore, just, like, put this high value to it. And then you'll have, like, furnishing collector gurus who have, like, tons of money who are like, oh, I need this. Yeah, Shade, that's probably about pretty accurate as to the drop rate. Jesus. They just keep coming. Maybe we'll get it right here. Wouldn't that be crazy? Crawler bait. Alright, but... So this is the XP method area right here. What kinds of bots or quirks like this are there for our different system? So I believe PlayStation also has bots. The reason that console has bots versus PC, thank you for the follow, Roxtown Sage, is actually quite simple. This person is probably farming the XP method right now. Basically, there's a loop that you kind of run here and you kill all the mobs. We'll kind of follow them and see if they're doing it. They were in pale order? No, they're not. Well, they are. I'm not healing them. But what was I saying? Oh, so the reason that why people bought on console versus PC is like gold. I healed them that time. That's weird. Is that console gold is worth like significantly more. Not to kind of like go into the black market at ESO here, but like 1,000,000 gold on like PC is worth like a few dollars, and on console they can be as much as like $30 to $35. So like if you have like 10 million gold on like Xbox, you could have like $350 worth of gold. Whereas if you were doing that on PC, you'd have like $30 worth of gold ish. You could have potentially up to like 70. But that's like unfortunately the big difference. I'll show you guys what bots do all day. This guy is probably XP farming here. But this is the method. You kind of like go around these camps and then back up and then around the bridge, and you can jump down and then go back around. It combines like a really good area with a lot of good sets with also just a lot of good XP, as you can kind of see. And you're rolling for that big boy item. So if any of you get that item, let me know, because I've only ever heard of it in Legend. Let me see, though. Let me the #1 bot area. Kind's Roost, maybe? Probably Balforen. They love the islands and they love starter zones. Well, I'll show you why. I ran it close to 500 times and nothing. Yeah, I don't know how it's so rare, you know? Thanks for the follow, D-Vulture. For Xbox, what other items would be more inflation-proof than grinding heavy, trying to get a consistent gold flow? Inflation-proof. A lot of furniture items are inflation-proof. Is probably furniture. I had like dabbled into like furniture selling for a while. Specifically, if you've seen my house, I have those like large like gallery like boxes. Those things were selling like hotcakes for the longest time. I know a lot of people too who like have their whole houses as basically like almost like little auctions or other types of places they can go to sell things. But honestly, the problem with the word inflation in ESO is that you have to consider too, like for example, like during Mid-Year Mayhem, it was so easy to get AP. The AP sets were worth like nothing. But now AP sets are worth like a lot of gold again because it's been a while since the AP event. So sometimes it's not about inflation. It's more so about you have an item that's like very seasonal because of a seasonal event or ever subbed here. Great content as always. Thank you. Appreciate you. Because think too, even if it's not an event that has like, even if you're thinking, for example, like the Undaunted event, right? Don't even think about the style page. Just think that more people are going to be buying and selling like PvE sets, PvE consumables, PvE, you know, everything. They're going to be selling all the different types of things associated with it because that they're going to be selling shoulders and helmets more because they're going to be in the market. Not even like the other ones, like the actual just base shoulders and stuff. More people are going to be online, so because more people are going to be online, the market will have more sales for pretty much other things. Like more people are going to be like, you know, now that I'm farming dungeons, I should probably farm XP. So that's where I would think, like, don't think inflation-proof, because that's kind of a hard concept to grasp, because that kind of means that an item will always kind of tread up in value. The only item that I think really does that is ethereal dust, like, consistently. Ethereal dust is probably the only item that I've seen consistently gain value like every year I played ESO. But again, like think more seasonal versus inflation, if that makes sense. Sorry, guys, that was a long tangent about the economy. You can see our little bot boy here still working hard. This is a different bot. This is EA 7984. Oh, what a noob! He's got an A to jump. Oh, they don't even turn off the settings to where you can turn off A for jumping. Losers. This guy right here is the reason why gold mats are so cheap on Xbox. Unfortunately. I got a Motif book from the White Strikes Mayhem that sold for $2 million by this week and instantly regretted it because I probably could get 4 for it. Oh, the Holojack. I'm on PCNA. But honestly, too, you know, it's always hard to say because you might be in a situation. It's always hard to know what the max you could sell something for is. Like, for example, let's think like you're selling a stock, right? My one coworker loves selling stocks. He always is trying to gamble how high something will get before it crashes. The problem with that line of thinking is that it's kind of like throwing a baseball and then guessing how far you threw it. And then if you guess a centimeter over, you lose all your money. Or you get highly penalized. That's the difference. So that's where I never beat up on yourself because you didn't guess something's value. Because at the end of the day, whenever you're listing something, what I would encourage you guys is list it for what you think is fair. You know, don't list things, you know, that you think you're cheap because you need a bunch of gold. If you need gold, I would go out and do something different. Like, never feel like you have to sell your high ticket items for gold. Because if you're like, oh no, I can't make dues or something for a week, there are easier, more consistent ways. You don't have to start selling things at a huge markdown. But yeah, you are right. By waiting, your items will go up in value. Thank you, by the way, for all the Twitch people. I think this is one of the only occasions where there's been more silly gooses on Twitch than YouTube. Granted, a lot of you could potentially be from YouTube. In fact, probably everyone that's currently on Twitch has probably watched a YouTube video before. But I sold it in half an hour. Oof, that is a very quick sale. It's hard too because say like for example I list an item up, right? I don't know how much total value I can get for that item. And just because somebody bought it at 1 million gold, they might have been a dum-dum and not realize that it's not worth that. When do you think the Foot of Lava will go back down? I say that generally the lowest... So say if you have like an event item... I just came from YouTube. I knew it. To say you have like an event item, generally your event items are the cheapest kind of in the middle / end of an active event. So like then we're looking towards like 2 or 3 days before New Life ends. Is probably your best time. But what I would say is like if you're trying to find a good lava foot recipe, check like guild traders and like refuges and check like check around like different areas because at the end of the day you can probably find one pretty cheaply listed. So that would be my suggestion for you guys is like try to find yourself like a good deal. Although I think PC has an add-on that like makes it to where you can see like the cheaply listed item somewhere, but I unfortunately do not know what that would be. But unfortunately, I'm still getting tons of work emails, and I just look at them come across on my phone, and I'm like, oh, this is for future me to handle. Future me is going to have 2 court hearings for work on Wednesday, both of which are going to be chaotic for dumb reasons. Like, for those of you who don't know, I work for Child Protective Services, so, like, you would think that a lot of my court hearings are like around child abuse or like crazy bad things. More than likely, it's about dumb nonsense, about people not doing basic things and then come right now and is like, man, I want to know something about ESO. I did have a video concept idea, so after the success of like the best quest rewards video, and then the success of like the top 5 achievement rewards, there's definitely way more than 5, by the way. We could make that go on as a series for a long, long time. But how about an Antiquities awards rewards video? Because I mean, you can get a mount, you can get furnishings, you get some of the best PvE endgame items, you get some of the best PvP endgame items. How do you guys feel about a video that's geared towards that? Like top 5 antiquity rewards. Like, what would you guys think about something like that? And no pressure. But if you guys don't like it, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep at night. That's not true. I wouldn't cry. If I was gonna cry, it'd be because I still don't know if my vehicle's totaled or not. I'm like, guys, can you just let me know? Actually, I wonder if I have an email yet. I'm gonna check my email here while we're waiting to see, you know, if you guys have what you guys' thoughts are on that. Maybe you'll have learned something new. Oh, doesn't look like it. It just takes forever. I'm like, just look at the car and tell me if you're totaling it or not, you know? Like, you're looking at it right now. It's in your lot. Just tell me, you know? I just need to know. Like, that's the problem with, like, this whole getting a new car or fixing an old one type thing. Is I don't know if they're gonna fix it or total it or whatever. Even if I didn't know like what amount of money they were gonna give me if they totaled it, I'd still go out and buy a new car because then I at least know that I would need one. I can't buy a car and then they're like, "Oh, we fixed the last one," and I'd be like, "What the hell?" No idea what an antiquity is. I'm a very casual player. So an antiquity came in the Roth Drake. Interesting. Huh. I don't know if I have one of those. What piece is that? Is that like head? It's like, it's the chest, the pants. Like, what piece are you looking for? I'm trying to think what that is in my head. If you have an idea of a chest, okay. I can see if I have one too. I don't know if I have that. The wrong thing. Brain is. Okay. I'm just gonna go to an outfit station because my brain is not computing. 1 second. Antiquities are cool. Met some mid 200-ish CP players that hadn't even heard of excavation and scrying. Game doesn't go out of way to tell you about these skills. That's true. Jake, can you? Oh, that's the question that you just put. And then Michael put out a redacted message. Redacted? We're just out here redacting messages like crazy? I'm just kidding. I'd redact a message if it had a typo. I'd probably cry. Be like, oh no, they're gonna think I'm dumb. You guys should see when I have a typo in a thumbnail. I'm like, this is the most important thing I have to fix in my entire life. You're fine, Michael. Oh, is this what you're looking for? Is this the item, Beresdev? Okay. Thanks for the subscription, Cynthia Hembre. Interesting. I can see it on Tamriel's Trade Center. What we're gonna try to do is see if we can just get it to pop up. Sometimes, like, the naming schemes are very finicky, and there's a way you can kind of cheese the system, and I'll show you. I'll show you how to cheese the game real quick. Don't report me to ZeniMax. I'm trying to get in their good graces. Alright, so I believe that's a gold style page, right? So say we just put in, let's try it normally. Black, I can't even type. I'm illiterate, sorry guys. Black clan. Oh, so it doesn't even pop up. Interesting. So we have all these black things. This should be a consumable. And then narrows it down to 27. It should be gold because it's a style page. Or it's not there. Huh. Maybe it's clan wrap? That is interesting. Why doesn't that pop up? Is it popping up here? No. This is really weird. Why does this not pop up? Does it have did it have a different name? We're gonna figure this out. What else was it called? Another name. The only other reason I think that it might not be there is because it's a not tradable item, but it is, isn't it? Big hail all, welcome. Also, thank you guys on Twitch. This is the highest ever Twitch population I've ever had watching before, so thank you. I'm like, this should be sellable. I'm pretty sure this is a sellable item. Look at this again. There are tons of listed there. An outfit style, looking for chest in the black clan wrap style. Gotta have a different name. Options. I'm on PCEU, but I'm sure whichever way you could see it would make this easier for you. Oh, my cat's here. What you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I'm gonna sit on my leg.
How can I help you?
Yep, there she is. What's up? Anything you want to say to the people? I got the heated blanket. It's like, actually, it's like a trap for her so that she doesn't sit on my leg. Because, not that I don't want her to sit on my leg, it just makes me feel very guilty about getting up. So this is my ploy, is I have a heated blanket right here on an ottoman. And she sits on that instead, because she's like, ooh, this is a heated blanket right here? This is awesome. And then, you know, she gets to be near me. Then she doesn't also have to, like, sit on my leg. Because it's also, like, it's hard for her to balance on my leg. Let's try clan wrap. 0. I guess we're searching for legendary. This has to be a legendary item, though, right? I wonder if we could try style. The style page, like this. Alright. Oh, what the heck? It still doesn't pop up. That is absolutely ridiculous. Up with a C? Cadwell. That is so nutty. Does anyone have any ideas on this? Why doesn't it pop up? That is so weird. The only way you're going to be able to find it is if you literally, you would have to search. You'd have to search like this: consumables, and then legendary, and then you would just have to find one, which is going to be like ridiculously hard. Like if you can see where they're listed, you could search like this, because you could probably search by unit from like descending. That's to be the only thing I can think of. This would be the only. No, obviously I don't know if there's any here or not, but is that a bewitched sugar skull for 40k? Huh. I'm surprised it hasn't sold. Those things usually are worth like oogles amounts of money. I guess we're not super far away from Halloween though. Although I feel like not many style pages are popping up. It should be purple. I'm gonna look this up here for you real quick. I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna pull it in the name real quick. It's got to have a secondary name somewhere. Is the only thing I can think of. Unless anyone else have any ideas on this, like why you can't search for this item in Guild Traders. Anyone have any sort of guesses? Black Drake Clan Rap ESO. Cult style page. I mean, yeah, it's... Because I'm looking at it and it looks like how it's spelled. Maybe some dude on YouTube has like one in his inventory and I can see like right how it appears in his inventory. I'm looking. I'm working on this for you. Pat, what are you doing? Alright, come on. Come on, other YouTuber. Come on. Oh, he just has it equipped. Rip. Son of a bitch. Wait, somebody's asking your exact question. Not being able to search through it on Guild Traders. Let's see what's here. Derpy McSquirt. Derpy McSquirtle. Thank you for the follow. Interesting, they were actually talking about this in the beginning of December. I think I see what the problem is. I see what the problem is. So it appears that there might be a coding problem with how it pops up. So like obviously, so it sounds like on like PCNA for example, it pops up fine. But on Xbox NA, PC EU, it doesn't say anything about PlayStation. It appears as though that there is a glitch where on our servers in the Guild Trader search function, it comes up as a bound account item. So it's not something that should be searchable. People can still list it, but they can't do it. They can't actually like search for it. Usually watch and comment on YouTube, but thought I'd drop a follow here too. I appreciate you. Also helps boost me. I wonder how we're doing in the old. Won't judge whatever I was looking at. Welcome back, Jacobs. By the way, look, boys, we fucking did it. Oh wait, I can't see that because I'm in a thing. Sending you guys all to an ad break. Just kidding. What was I doing? Oh, let me just go to the home page. Let's see how we're doing against the other ESO YouTubers. Listen, lady, you don't need to play any music. It's okay. Oh, Deltia's Gaming is going on right now. Oh, it's a rip. It's a rip. Where are we even at? We're gonna be look at 1.2k viewers. Woo! Gee. Although actually we got like 30 some odd of the squad in here. We should be able to make the top 2 rows, I would think, right? Where are we at? There we are. Look at us. This is the highest I've ever been, I think. Like 5 rows down, I think. That's not too shabby. Listen, I'll take it. I will take it. Let me switch you guys back to ESO. But that seems to be the mystery that has stumped us. Barris Dev is that it seems to be a coding problem where it is coming up as basically an account bound item through the search function, but only on certain specific consoles. The actual chat thread I found was actually relatively soon. It's December 7th. Trying to see if anyone has found like an easy search. Oh, wait, one of the developers said something. Oh, never mind. They're just reporting it as a bug. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Sorry, I wish I'd give you a better answer, but that's unfortunately the only answer I can give you is that it's a glitch, and they reported it as of December 7th. It also could have, update 36 unfortunately added a lot of like minor bugs. It could be one of those minor bugs that was added. But unfortunately, I mean, it is a very cool looking item. I just don't know if there's any other way that I could like link this. I'm trying to think if there was like a way I could link this style in chat, but I don't think that that's going to necessarily help us. Sorry, tried my bestest. But anything else I can help you guys with? Hopefully something that isn't as tricky. Any other bits and pieces that I can assist you guys with? You guys know I'm here for you, even if I can't succeed. Nice collection of motifs, by the way. Thank you, K Pro. I've actually been working on trying to complete my motif collection. So, like, whenever I get enough Seals of Endeavors by just, being a little silly goose rapscallion, I will go and try to buy whatever pages or books if there's any offered. Thank you for the follow, BrandFry3. Jake, been constantly watching on YouTube past few months. I'm a long-time solo player, and I've learned a good amount from your videos. I appreciate that you try to make sure it's not all the same old generic stuff. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, here they are. So, like, I have these 2 styles, but say, for example, I didn't. I would just try to pick these up. This is what I usually use my daily endeavors for. So, I'll mail traders in-game and try my chances. Too much hyper yelling with some channels that shall be named. Your chill, helpful style is the best. Thank you, grilled cheese. Emphasis on the I always think, too, that, we're all gamers, I assume. Unless you're my family, feeling guilted into watching this video. We should be happy when we play games, right? Like, unless we're playing Warzone, then we deserve to be angry, because every time I get guilted into playing that game, I feel nothing but anger. But normally, I always just, want to help foster that helpful, positive environment. New player, best class for Argonian. I believe Argonians make very good Wraith Hellborn. I was just over at Delta's too chaotic in there. It's chill over here. Illfigure says. Thank you for joining us over here. He probably streams like much cooler things than I do, but you know. Hang on, well, let me look at Argonian passives. Argonian passives. Because I believe Argonians make great tanks, but I don't know off the top of my head. Increases your max health, max stamina. Yeah, I think they're the best tank class. They might also be one of the best healer classes. I go between battle royales for excitement and MMOs for relaxation. I'm kind of the same, honestly. So I would say, and then you think, what's the best tank class? Necros make great tanks. Dragon Knights make great tanks, especially off tanks. I think Dragon Knights are probably the best off tanks. So I would say you can't go wrong with either of those two. Am I missing something? What else would be a great tank? I think that would be about pretty accurate. Argonians are pretty good healers. Healers, I would say, if you want to do that, I would say go with a Templar. Unless anyone else has any other suggestions. I think Templars are probably the best. Warden healer, or not Warden healers. Warden tanks, I think, are pretty decent too, so you could kind of go with that also. If you're like Team Argonia, you know, if you're from Shadowfen and you want to represent your people, you could always go with that. That could be a good option too. Actually, also kind of curious, like what Deltia's Gaming is doing on Twitch right now. Let me see what I need to do to emulate his success. Oh, right now there's a Doritos ad, so we'll come back to that. Love my Argonian Magplar healer. Then they're good class for PvP too. I mean, you get a lot of health and resources. So what a lot of people don't realize is that tanks need stamina and magicka. Although now that I say that, Argonians would be pretty baller werewolves too. But we're going down a rabbit hole here. And my rabbit hole has caused my brain to synapse. They'd be great for PvP too, because you need those resources. But the reason that you need stamina is, you know, you're blocking with a shield, and you know you need to, you know, use your stamina to keep your shield from, you know, busting through. But then you also want an ice staff back bar, which also will allow you to then, you know, block with your magicka. So it looks like Deltia is farming Crimson Cove. He has a big blanket. I'm a little jealous. I'm very jealous of how many viewers is this? It's 49.6k followers. Woo! 1.2k active viewers. What a wee tree. Those tripod Argonian buffs, exactly. I intend to make a werewolf Argonian, so then it becomes, what would be the best werewolf Argonian class? And I would say that probably a necromancer? What do you guys think? Necromancer? I think necromancer's probably the best bet, but I don't know. Somebody asked about Nord. Oh, that was Shades. The best thing to use a Nord on. Hang on, I gotta pull up the Nord passives here real quick too. I don't know why I'm like doing this on my phone. I could just do this all with you guys live. Hang on, you guys can see me snooping all these other people. You guys can see. No, we'll get rid of this one. Get rid of this tab. Nord passives ESO.
Stay your fangs, vampire.
All right, so you would get increased experience. That unfortunately doesn't really help you a whole lot. Increase max health by 1,000 and frost resistance by 462. Increase your stamina by 1,500 when you take damage. You gain 5 ultimate. That's pretty good. And increase your physical and spell resist by 2,600. The problem with the Nord that you're going to run into, and I realize that you're not looking at what I'm looking at. And I also realize that I have to fix this scene to be as balanced as the other one, but set that to the side. The problem with this is you're not really a master of anything in particular. Like, this could be a great PvP setup because you can kind of fill in the gaps of what you need. Like, gaining 5 ultimate every time you take damage might sound great, but you're not going to really be able to use that as a DPS class unless you're in PvP, because generally if you're in PvE content, you're not taking damage. very often, and a cooldown of 10 seconds is a pretty significant amount of time. Werewolf has no downside. It's like unlocking a whole new character hidden under an ultimate. I would say so, but I don't think this character actually currently is a or a vampire. Let me look. I don't think I am. Alright, looks like we're going to go back to Google. Alright, 1 second. Vampire passives ESO. Alright. So, like, the thing about vampirism is like, oh, holy ads. Is that, yeah, like, these can be pretty cool, but really most people that are vampires focus on these passives. Specifically, the movement speed penalty and the decreased time it takes. That's really one of the key bonuses that you're going to be able to kind of utilize. But reduce your damage. Now, what it doesn't tell you, you have to be at different stages to utilize it. This is level 1, Strike from the Shadows. I'm sorry. Darkstalker, the one we just talked about, that's level 1. This is level 2, this is level 3, and then this is level 4. So the movement speed one is great. Nightblades, you want to be able to have that, that's awesome. Also, being able to get an extra 300 weapon damage when you leave stealth for 6 seconds is pretty good too. Obviously, being able to infect other players is always nice. You know, it's free gold. You can always sell it, or you can just be nice and give it to people if you have it extra. But reduce your damage taken by up to 30% based on your missing health. A lot of people have this for PvP because this basically really helps you prevent you from being executed. So by having this equipped, you can really help yourself when you're in that execute range for PvP. Because there's nothing worse than, like, your health drops below a certain, bar and then you're dead. This really helps prevent that execute. Unnatural movement can be pretty good, but that's really, again, for very gimmicky. Plus 2, now we're stage 4. So up here you can see at stage 4, a health recovery is non-existent. We have 0 health recovery. For some builds, that can be helpful. But that's very niche, obviously. Some of these also are really good. Let me try to pull out one of the ones that I like. Mistform, very cool. Mistform is definitely one of the nicest, coolest, like, little mobility abilities that you can have. It's probably one of the only ones that you'll see in PvP really used at all. Just because, unfortunately, a lot of times you're not going to really see that all that often. But let me... Blood Frenzy can also be used by Nightblades. And then Scion you'll see occasionally get used by, like, transformation builds. Let me take you guys back. Actually, I guess we could look at Werewolf too. Ooh, that's the wrong Werewolf ESO. So here we've got Pack Leader and all these other things. But you can see, like, all of this stuff is when you're in your werewolf form, and you can see that there's no downside. So when we were a vampire, there was all those fire damage increases and health recovery penalties. Other things cost more. You get all of this for free, and you only get it when you transform. Now, by having this ultimate equipped in your normal form, I believe you get 15% extra stamina recovery. Yep. So you get 15% stamina recovery, but that's really it. So it's kind of like you only have the pros when you're actually using it, but there's really no cons either. But I guess the other con would be is you can't be a vampire. Specifically talking about the common provisioning materials, apples, bananas, I know the dust, juice, etc. have higher value, used beyond food and drink. What's your question, Kamonsta? Have you ever tried Oaken Soul 1-bar builds? I have one, I'll show it to you. Next year's most requested thing is the Bard class. I don't think we're getting a Bard class. I think we're going to get something cooler than a Bard class. The reason why I don't think we're going to get a Bard class is simply because I think Bards and Templars are just a little bit too close together. I think they're going to go with something that emphasizes like the illusion magic, which we've not really seen a whole lot in the Elder Scrolls. Something that emphasizes much more of like spell crafting and spells, because you know, you think about it, Skyrim, you could like fling spells, there was illusion magic, alteration magic. You just don't really see that a whole lot. This is my 1-bar build, by the way. Imperium Wrath. This back bar doesn't matter. We've got Balorgs, and then we've got this little bad mamma jamma, Scavenging Demise, and we also have One Piece Trainee, and then obviously the Oaken Soul Ring, which allows us to just melt through kids in Battlegrounds. It is a 1-bar build. It's certainly not the greatest setup that you could potentially do, but I think it's awesome. Let's see if I don't know if I can hit anything in here. Let me go outside real quick. Memento, everybody. We'll go outside and whap somebody so you can see the effect that comes. This guy's my shortest dude. Oh, I'm sorry. Are any common provisioning more valuable than others? Yes. Flour is a very good example of them. Actually, the easiest way to do this is kind of in reverse. I'll show it to you after I want to show you guys this effect. So this effect, like every time you do this, you have a chance to spawn like a little scavenging boy. You can see he pops out and then he applies minor vulnerability. So what I usually do is I start a conflict with my LB. I just spam X. I'm going to build ultimate though real quick so that I can show you guys what that looks like. Ulti pots also can be pretty good with this build. You just want to make sure you're not overlapping buffs. For those of you who don't know, so say you had 2 major buffs, Major Slayer, well, you're only going to get that once. But say for example you had Minor and Major Slayer where you're going to get both of those buffs. And then just, so, we're using Balorg, so after you use this, not only do you get like the oogles amounts of damage that you can get from your bow ult, you can also then apply it and then use it for everything else. I mean, you can see that our snipe just hit for 34,000, 33,000. And obviously this is a trial dummy, but it also is easily able to be applied to players. But I'm going to switch characters and I'll show you. Can I log out in combat? Oh my goodness gracious, I made a mistake. Actually, I can't go to house editor either. Let me just throw myself in the water. I'll show you what are like the good provisioning ones. There's a really good reverse tactic to kind of know like which ones are really good. What in the heck? I could stand up over here? What is the most requested thing? Is crossplay or cross progress? I think that cross progress would be okay. Crossplay would be a little bit risky if you allow gold transferring to go from one server to another, especially because like there's only a certain amount of guild traders, so you're really going to be you would essentially be wiping out the ESO guild trader market economy like immediately. Would be what they'd have to kind of keep in mind. Is harder overland content, especially since companions became a thing. So they have made content K-Pro more difficult. Like they've really amped up like public dungeons and world boss stuff, like to a significant degree. What I would say is I think that they're looking at more like refining like PvP to have more like new things with it, refining like running the same trials again, giving you more reason to do that, and then also adding a new class. I think is definitely on the cards too. Great to catch a live stream, Jake. Hope you're having a great day. It's been an interesting day. Could not go to work today because my car still have no idea what its future holds. So it's kind of a stressful day in that sense, but you know, you guys are assisting by distracting my mind. I'm actually going to refresh my email to see if I know what the status is. I have to call them at some point because I'm going to be like, hey, you know, you're supposed to look at it today. Did you look at it? Is it total? Is it going to be repaired? Can I know? Could you tell me? It just stresses me out just thinking about it. I sent a message in my app that was like, "Hey, is any inspection happening today?" But you know how it is. Inspection companies and everyone else are just a bunch of goobers. But to answer your question, the easiest way is to go to the most common recipes, not search by quest only. Go down, you're going to look at the gold food. Smoked bear haunch, for example, you can see what's in this. Now, smoked bear haunch is an example of a food that's used, but not regularly. Let's pick out the most used foods in the game. Witch sugar skulls. Everything that you see here sells very well. Artam takeaway broth, similar example, although fish is a little bit skewed because you get a lot of fish. Artam pickled fish bowl, same kind of thing. And do you see a pattern where honey is used in multiple of these? That's what leads to it being worth even more. Did you drop a copy of your lusty Argonian maid? Maybe I should make a side channel. So you can actually buy physical copies off of Etsy, I think. I should just have a little story time reading on a second channel. The Corrupting Bloody Mara is another good example. You can see Dragon Blood, Nightshade, Daedra Heart, Frost Mirum, Fisheye. Again, you gotta exclude fish, but these other pieces you can kind of see. Sigic Ambrosias, you can see that they require Berez juice, Frost Miriam, so it's a good way to kind of get a good gauge on how good of an item those will be for you. Honestly, it was funnier to read in game in Skyrim than it was in Oblivion. I think there's actually different portions of it in different games too. It's very weird how they kind of did it. What would you think about wands as new weapons? Wand and shield, dual wands. I don't think that they... So I could see them doing you guys remember in Skyrim and Oblivion how you could hold a spell and yeet it at people? I would think that they would probably do something more like that versus wands, because I don't know. Let's see. Let's Google this. Oh, hang on. ESO wands. Or I guess we have to do... Are there wands in the Elder Scrolls universe? Because there kinda is. Oh, I typed wards because I'm an idiot. A wand in my hand. Oh, this is a whole deep dive here. Do wands exist? There's one guy apparently that said, I guess you might as well just go down the rabbit hole that Reddit has, a place of scum and villainy. I like to say I was born with a wand in my hand. However, so far we've not seen the appearance of wand, but only staves. Do wands exist in the Elder Scrolls universe? And if not, how did Phoenix know? They were useless items in Daggerfall. They were operating like tiny staves. They appeared in Daggerfall. Interesting. So I guess they were... Well, let's look. Daggerfall wands. Oh, that's not how you spell Daggerfall. There's no K in Daggerfall. Images. Let's see. They have images of them? Oh gosh, look at this. Look at this game. This game was for men. I've never played it. I'm not a man. I like how it's just everyone asking the same question, even if you look at them. Item. Magical items. Oh, okay. Doesn't seem like it's really adding a lot of help here to our quest, but I'm guessing that they, like the guy said, that they're just tiny staves. Oh, is this guy holding one? No. This guy's holding a book? That'd be kind of cool if you could have like a wieldable book. I think that'd be kind of dope, but I'll switch this back here. That's very weird. It must be a glitch, Dev. I mean, we know it's a glitch, but I'm guessing it's a glitch that's like in relation to words. like people's ability to search for it must be glitched somehow. What's up, Jake and all? How's it going, LL? Book and shield, new skill line. Book and shield, that would certainly be interesting. I think a new skill. I don't think they would add a new skill line. I think it's 100% a class. Like I think we're guaranteed a new class. 100,000%. It'll probably be a new class. Like I think the monk is definitely a good guess. I just think it's gonna, cause like people have been like, where's illusion magic? Where's alteration magic? There's just like so many things that are like in Skyrim and Oblivion that just aren't in ESO. I think they're gonna add that before. Plus, I think if they were gonna add a bard, it would be something that's probably tied to like, you know, Western Skyrim, or if they do like another Skyrim like update or edition. I think that's when they would kind of put that in there, versus kind of like right now. What if the highly requested feature is being able to buy houses with in-game gold? I will say though, not to like, you know, help the developers out here, but a lot of the houses you can get that are like pretty good can be bought with gold. Let me see if I can pull out an example. I don't know which ones can or can't. I know some of them are seasonal. I could totally put Tankplar main down for a monk. Game needs to let players throw hands. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I think the new class would be like a conjurer or like something along those lines. So like, yeah, you could buy like this big old house here for gold. There's a lot of gold, but a lot of houses can be bought with gold. I just don't think they can be furnished. But then you could buy all the furnishings in theory anyway with gold. Like I think everything up to this point can be bought with gold. It might not be cheap. That's actually good. I didn't recognize that. Purchase requires Blackwood Grand Adventurer. I didn't know you could get the ability to buy houses. I know, except for like the Daggerfall and the other one. This is a good house. This could be good for the video. If this is a real, I think I know which house this is. It's the one that like overlooks the water and it's like on the bridge. But I wonder how much this is. Probably like 1,000,000 gold. 1,000,000 gold. Does it have an outside? If this is an outside, this would be baller. Maybe it's got an outside. You could probably build out over the water too. I'm wondering if you could, because this is technically like you're right in the middle of Blackwood. This is interesting. What do you guys think of a house like this? What are you guys' thoughts on like this Blackwood house? I mean, it's 1,000,000 gold, which is certainly not cheap. Because I think I don't think all of these can be bought with gold. I'm pretty sure the Daggerfall Overlook, like these ones can, and I think this one can because we were just there. Or no, this is actually different than what I was thinking. Horns of the Reach Delver. Let's take a look at the observatory. I don't think this one can be bought with gold. Let's take a look. At the end of the day, too, you can always do like trades from crowns to gold anyway. But I always think it's nice when they have like an in-game option for it too, you know? Nope, just crowns. It's actually interesting. So if you play on console, it's actually cheaper. So for the house we were looking at, the Water's Edge, right? 6.2k crowns, right? So if you were to trade somebody the average like going rate for crowns, which is between like 100 and 125 to 1, it's actually cheaper to buy it from somebody with crowns on console than it would be to buy the actual house with gold. But then if you play on PC, their exchange rates are like ridiculous. My cat is like covering her face right now. I wonder if you guys can see this. You guys will see all my like terrible cords. Oh, I'm not even pointing you guys in the right direction. He's right here. He's like covering her face. While she's awake too, she's just like. You guys can see all like the random stuff I have over here. I still have the box that the Mac Studio came in. Let me make sure I have YouTube chat pulled back up again. Sometimes you guys fall down. The houses can be crazy expensive and can buy crowns way cheaper. It's true. Put another 500k and buy a notable house array. I think. Oh, let's see how expensive these are. I'm wondering why. Like, why is the Ebonheart pack 1,000 crowns more too? Like, what gives for that? Let's take a look. Let us take a peek. This one, 3.7 mil. Gee, 3.78 mil too. Oh, get me out of this thing. I wonder if the other one's like worth more. Does it just look nicer? What's the difference? Go preview this one. That's a big price difference. So it's 1,000 crowns more, but it's what? 5,000 gold more? The hell? Who's making these prices? Who did this? A typo or something here. I mean, it does look. I don't know if I like. I mean, it's got like the aesthetic, and it looks a little bigger. But then, why is the gold not proportional to the crowns increase? This is the one for the Aldemir Dominion. This is. Let's see how much this one is. What if DOS is saying fully feature to cover their own back, so if they add a game-breaking bug, they can claim it's a feature? Yeah, like, you know, no more blocking. If that was that's a feature of the past. We're working on the future. So this one, is this one 2,000 crowns cheaper than the other one? But then it's only 25k cheaper in gold. They do have a lot of proportional issues. Where's houses? There it is. So this one is, so this is 10k. This one's 12. This one's 11, but it's only 25,000 gold cheaper. That seems like a little bit of a little difference. I wonder if this is, I thought about so I want to build a castle at some point with like the Leo and stuff. I don't know where I'm going to do it, and I'm wondering if like this one would be the best place to do it, but I don't know if this one is gold. Or if it's golden crowns. Ooh, sorry, don't watch me, you'll yawn. How's it going, Dragonborn? Oh. Oh, my cat's awakening. Yes? Oh, she wants me to pet her. Yes? I liked and subbed. Thank you, Dragonborn. I appreciate you. She just like so subtly will be like, pet me by headbutting me with her hands. She'd be like, you're either gonna pet me or it's gonna get ugly. How's it going, Dad Shirt? She's actually right, but you can just see her. She's on my left leg. Are you just gonna sleep now on my leg? She is. Yep. This is what happens when you inherit a cat through working at CPS, is you just get all this goofiness that ensues with it. I honestly, I tried, because I feel guilty when I'm, like, gaming with a cat that's laying on my lap. So I had the heated blanket next to me as, like, a trap, where I'm like, she'll want to come over and be near me. So I have this heated blanket out. Like, I have this heated blanket right here. It'll trap her in, and she'll be like, oh, a heated blanket. Right in the area I want to be. Perhaps I should, you know, make the biscuits on here, but it didn't work out. My plan failed. Oh, he's moving. Oh, she wants me to pet her again. Yes. This is also the only cat that I've ever owned in my life. So, like, when I ended up... So, I work at CPS. The story itself, if I ended up with a cat, is very crazy. So, you don't have to bother yourselves with learning the specifics. But it started after a grandmother tried to murder her grandchild. And, ended up with me getting a cat. And this was at, like, 10 o'clock at night that I ended up, like, finishing and getting home. And I had no cat food. The only thing I was able to actually find at a local, like, CVS pharmacy between, like, my 15 minutes breaks was cat litter. So I was able to get cat litter, but I had no cat food, so I, like, tried to feed her hot dogs, and she was like, what the hell is this? And then I tried to cut up the hot dogs, and she was just like, no. I was able to eventually just give her, like, cooked, unseasoned chicken, which thankfully is how I like my chicken to begin with. I mean, seasoning is for rich people, you know? Who seasons their food, you know? Sauce is EHO's Grinch who stole Christmas. Cold plus busted tooth equals sucky time. Hopefully, Tiger, we can help, you know, bring up your mood. I'm like, no, I'm not doing anything super exciting right now, but we can go obviously do whatever. Help with any questions that you have. My cat is just being very, very needy right now, aren't you? She keeps, like, headbutting my hand until I pet her. Makes it tricky to do things. But what other questions do you guys have? What else can I help you with? I know that this is a bit of an impromptu stream, obviously, just because of the old nature of, you know, kind of coming on randomly. So, what can I do to help you guys with? EV. Seasoning is for rich people, lol. I actually have a really nice spice cabinet, but it's not because I use the spices. It's just actually for the simple fact that one of my friends, who is an idiot, had more seasonings than I did. So I went out to Walmart and Target and I bought all of the seasonings. Not like most of the seasonings. I bought all of the seasonings. Every seasoning that was there, I purchased. I purchased one of everything. I have one of everything over there. You won't be able to see it with my webcam, unfortunately, but I can upload a picture for proof if needed in the future, because I have a little bit of everything over there. This cat is such a goob. This is another house that I was like looking at. 1.3 million. Sheesh. It's classic. I wonder what it looks like furnished. Granted, like I would never really buy a furnished house unless you're like really struggling to be like, oh, you know, what do I need? You know, type thing. So I wouldn't recommend it. What are you doing? I will pet you. Jeez, you're embarrassing me in front of all my people. Eve, you gotta understand, not every viewer is a cat person, you know? We're gonna start bleeding dog fans here if you keep putting your head in the screen. Just kidding. So, like, for example, like, if you need, like, a house and you were like, man, I really want to see it furnished because then I can see, like, how to decorate the inside, I think that this is, like, a great way to do it is to either preview it, because then it also, like, gets the old brain juices flowing. But, like, as far as, like, cost for value, like, especially because, like, the furnishings in here, I believe all come bound too, so you can't even resell them either. So you're like stuck with whatever you get. Evie, what are you doing? Oh, she's going back to the heated blanket. I think my trap has worked. My long-term game plan has worked. YouTube automatically redirected me for some reason. Wait, what? Loon, you came here from an Elon Musk Twitter video? That's very odd. I hope that you watch Elder Scrolls videos and you're not just here just to be here. Who would have thought? Or good stuff. I probably would do the same. Who would you collaborate with from ESO creators if you could? I don't know, because like I feel like I always try to have like very unique content. So I did a video with Paradox ESO. So obviously that was like, you know, a collaboration. I don't know who else, just because it's hard to like translate my content to other people's content. Plus, like most people play on PC, I play on Xbox. Like, I'm kind of just like out on a bridge, you know. I have salt, red salt, and lemon pepper. That's all I ever have. You don't even have like onion powder or garlic powder? Come on, you gotta at least upgrade to that. That's like a staple of like the unseasoned food making repertoire. What's a good mid-level house you would recommend to purchase with gold? Well, if you need a mid-level house, what I would suggest is just the one that you get for free. And that is the Hall of the Lunar Champion. They'll have like a nice way for you to store a lot of your stuff without you having to actually go out and buy a whole bunch of things. Which for me is ideal. The only thing that I dislike about this house is there are a lot of load zones. Is probably your only downside. So like, you gotta actually slap these tablets on. And I have a video on this. But do you not need to keep them on there? Well, anywho, once you do that, you can then go to the actual rooms associated. So like this one leads you to over here. This one will take you back to, I believe, a watery area. Each one takes you to like somewhere completely unique, which is kind of cool. Yeah, this is I've seen is used as like a very like cool dueling area for like a lot of houses, especially because it's got like this big water, and you can build over this water too, which is pretty neat. That's what they don't tell you about a lot of houses. They have a lot more range than they really let on, which is very cool. Lunar is a notable. Yep. Or your Christmas tree in your ESO's house. I don't have a Christmas tree. I don't really, decorate my house because I've entered Christmas tournaments before, and I've lost horribly every single time. How do you get this for free? You have to have the Elsewhere chapter, I believe. How do you pick it up? Hang on, let me look this up. I'll look it up with you guys, though, so we can look this up together. I apologize, because this live scene is set up differently. Ooh. Hall of Lunar Champion. Because I believe you just get it, and then you get the tablets separately. Oh, so you have to complete the 2 quests. 2 Queens quest. So basically, I think this is the second main story mission. Yeah, so I think this is the second main story mission. This is in Northern Elsewhere. So if you do that, then you'll be able to just get this house. Morning, Jake and the cat. Good morning, Craig. I have that big area set up like cell games on Dragon Ball Z. Very nice. Yes, you're right. Elsewhere chapter, says Mobster. Zone Quest, says LL. I think it's the second one. I think it's the second one based on what it was saying, but I'm not 100% sure. So if anyone knows definitively, let me know, because I'm not positive. This. Oh my goodness. Can you build out to the dock? You can't go that far. Grilled cheese, unfortunately. But you can get down to the water. I've seen people do that. I don't know how much further out you can go, but I know you can at least go down to that point. I gotta get that. All I have is the apartment. Yeah, it's a good one. It unlocks a different room. Base furnishings. Didn't I talk about that here? Oh, wait, here it is, up the top. 3 unlockable sections. The first one is completing. So this one, I believe, is just where you complete the main story mission. This one, you have to get... I hover over this? I can't. But I believe you have to complete Scale Collar on normal. And then this one is Return of the Dragon Guard. What do you have to do for this? That's another main story mission. Is this one also a main story mission? Yes, it is. Alright. The 2 main story missions and Scale Collar Scout. Which is... somewhere on here. Scale Collar Cow. Oh, okay, so you have to complete both Lair of Marsalok and Moongrave Fane on normal. How do you get the Hourglass furniture from this event? You just have to have the event tickets. I'll show you. I don't know why I'm flipping you guys to YouTube. You can see that I watch a lot of Marvel Snap videos. So I will show you. And you get to fight dragons. It's also very true. So I have it already. Some fragments. Scales. That's not the scale. What's it called? Sacred Hourglass of Alkosh. So you just have to buy these 3 things, and then you can combine them together. These are all in the event, the Ticket Imprezzo Merchant Lady. You can find her pretty much everywhere. I usually just go and see her in Daggerfall. She's like chilling right here if you need to go get her. Oh, I know how to get. I was wondering if you got it already. I do have it. I'll show it to you. Sorry, I'm like... YouTube chat for some reason doesn't pop up very frequently. So I always like read it on my phone because I always, I don't want to miss what you guys say, obviously. And a little bit small print. I'll show you guys here. We will also probably be heading out here soon. So if you guys do have questions, obviously, throw them in the chat. Here it is. You can change the sun time. Helps when you're not jumping. You can see we're just... Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. I didn't actually know that there was this many times that existed. I don't know if they added them for this item or I've just been oblivious this whole time. I lean towards that I've been oblivious, but I don't know. It's better. I actually don't think I've really had any pain recently with it. It's just been more so just like the fact that I'm not working today because even though I could work completely remote, they want me in the office or using PTO, which is a bit stupid, but, whatever. What's your next video? I'm thinking actually top 5 antiquity rewards. I'm honestly thinking that could be the next video, because I think that antiquities, even as we were talking about it on stream, a lot of you guys didn't, some of you, I don't want to say a lot of you, but a lot of you guys didn't even know that antiquities was a thing. Get back to work, you slacker. Loving all these live streams and good stuff, dude. I kind of want to go back to work. I kind of don't. But I will end up going back. I'm just going to have to pay $80 for a rental, which is ridiculous. To pay $80 to drive to work. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, but whatever. 23 YouTube, 23 Twitch. It's actually unfortunately not that number on either platform. The actual counter ticker is just always consistently wrong. The only reason I actually keep it at this point is just because it helps to people know from Twitch that I'm also on Twitch. or for people on Twitch know that I also have a YouTube channel. So if some people found me from Twitch, that they could be drawn to the YouTube channel. And then for people who are on YouTube, might be like, oh, hey, you know, I should also watch on Twitch. You know, I'll go follow over there. How do you feel about Tales of Tribute? I think it would be more boring for content creators. I love Tales of Tribute. You do a champion job, Jake. Thank you, Craig. Any other questions or anything from anyone before I start wrapping it up here? I probably also have to play with my cat, who's seems like that's what she wants to do because she's not sleeping. Usually when she sits on me, she falls asleep. Now she's just staring at me, which means she wants to do something. It worked for me, see? You know, it works. It's just annoying that, like, you know, I have all this bandwidth. Like, I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. You think it would be able to accurately tell you, like, who's on where, you know? I'm working on the Dwarven Senshi Antiquities 17 pieces, but it will be worth it. I think, yeah, and I think that, like, most people don't know that you can even earn a whole mount from Antiquities. I think it'd just be cool to highlight stuff like that. And no problem. Thank you for stopping by, Raquel. Or Raquel. Anything else before I go? Obviously, any future suggestions for future content, you can put it in the comments below too. Unfortunately, there's a stream delay, even though I turned it off, so I'll give you guys a minute. Whew, my back. Oh. Not because I'm like, I have back problems from the accident. This is just me leaning forward constantly, which I'm going to be stuck doing anyway because my cat's not going to want me to get up. Will you? I don't know. She seems very indifferent. Anything else before I hop on out of here for yous? I could take... Can I raid people on Twitch? Is that a thing that I can do? Always wondered how that actually works. I don't know who I would do. Oh, the person I follow is not streaming. Oh, I would send you guys to Sumo's stream, but I think he's done streaming. Done? Let's see. I think he is. You keep putting your stuff in there, obviously, in the meantime, while I look for this. Well, he is live. How do I do this? How do I send people away? How do I even do this? I don't know how to do this. Ah! Oh wait, we can raid. Sumo love. There we go. We're unable to raid. Well, gave it the old Texas try. Why is it not able to do that? That's so weird. I was trying to be helpful. Huh. Well, I appreciate all of you. Sorry that I couldn't end on something exciting like a raid. I went to the little raid button in there. It just didn't work. Show off some of these motives. The new outfit. Flex the million gold drip. I don't think I had the million gold drip. I mean, I don't even have like really good shoes on. Like I'm just my toes are hanging out. You know. Like I don't know if I have quite the drip necessary, unfortunately, but I appreciate all of you guys. Good to see you guys.